Aloha, shamans and friends, and welcome to EarthStar's Sundays 11 at 11 on this beautiful summer day here in this dimensional space called EarthStar Spiritual Center, located in Greensboro, North Carolina, United States of America. So thank you to all the folks that are here with us today, and also the folks that will be watching this on replay. Thank you for sharing your energies with us at any time. So thank you so very much for the aloha. Have a wonderful program today, podcast, still staying with our theme from last week, freedom of mind, body, and spirit, since this is our Freedom Consciousness Month, being July 4th, our 250th anniversary or birthday for America from 1776 to 2026. And a wonderful thing that we plan to be here at this golden time. So thank you for joining us. And today we'll take the freedom of mind, body, and spirit into the realm of wholeness. Remember last week it was the Aloha consciousness, and so make sure you go back and review that video also if you'd like to hear those aspects about freedom of mind, body, and spirit in reference with Aloha consciousness. Okay. So today then we'll speak about wholeness. Right? And also I want to dedicate this program today to a dear friend of ours who made her transition last week, Joan Crocker Sheridan, a wonderful, lovely spirit. And it was a blessing to have her as a friend. And she also blessed this earth plane everywhere she went, with everyone she met. She was such a nice person. If you could think of the word nice, yes, magnify that exponentially, that would, and that is Joan Sheridan. So thank you, Joan, for being in our life. And good thing we know that we'll meet again. And of course, she's a Gemini, so we know that she's just zipping around right now, but I'm sure she'll give us a visit sometime soon. But when we do the meditation prayer time, I'll have a special dedication for her. Jeannie will have a little reading, and then we'll spend some time, if you will, to allow her to have some wonderful aloha loving from us, because she is a charter member of EarthStar back in 2002. Okay. All right, so let's get right to our program today. Let's pull up some slides. So this is Sundays at 11:11, Cosmic Shaman and Aloha Consciousness. Okay. And I am Dale Stacy. I'll be your host for today. I am the Co-Abbot of EarthStar Spiritual Center with my wife, Jeannie. And today is July 12th, 2026. Yes, July 12th. We are almost here in the Ides of July already. So time is definitely moving. So today's topic then is freedom in mind, body, and spirit, and wholeness. Okay. So we'll focus on the wholeness aspect today. Good. And we are EarthStar Spiritual Center, a multi-faith center for living aloha. Our focus, greater focus being planetary awareness to galactic consciousness. You see above the logo, to be the aloha in every moment, a wonderful mantra or chant or a perspective to have as you go through this wonderful 3D life here as a multidimensional people. We are established since 2002, and off to the right, you see the column of some of the interfaith or multi-faith perspectives that we have spent time studying and also share and teach. And also you see to the far left, you see our little 5 clouds spelling out aloha, and that's all loving God, love, oneness, heart path, and as above, so below, our core factors of who EarthStar is. And you see the diamond between the logo and the clouds on the left. The diamond representing, of course, the wholeness, the place where we have always been, we currently are, and we'll be there forever, our one soul. And we'll speak more about that as we get into the wholeness aspect. And this is Sundays at 11:11. These are some of the topics that we will discover and discuss on this podcast. But if you have any other things you'd like to speak about or learn about, then just send me a text or email or call me, and we'll see what we can do about that. Okay? And also Nicole Ackley, our cosmic oracle, our EarthStar oracle, she'll be here with us next week. We're planning on having Nicole on with us on the podcast the third Sunday of every month. Okay? And of course, that's tentative and that's relative because she's a Pisces and I'm Sagittarius, so we're always moving. But our plan is to have her on the show every third Sunday. So thank you, Nicole, for that. And then these are some of the books we've written. So other than the 2 books at each end, the ones in the center there focus primarily on shamanism, from Earth Shamanism to Cosmic Shamanism. So if you want to beef up your studies, you can find those on Amazon, and I've got those links in the show notes. And this is part of our EarthStar Music Ministry, which we started in March 28th of this year. So we are up to 19 songs. Now the goal is to produce one song a week for the rest of this year. And so the song we produced for last week, we released last Monday, was Angels of the Pleiades. And that's a version. There's a yang version and a yin version. So same lyrics. If you see in the upper right, that version, that song cover, Angels of the Pleiades, that deals in the yang fashion, focusing on my connection with my Pleiadian angels, and also the celebration and this wonderful cosmic connection. And then the bottom right, in that version, that's the yin version. So you could use that one more for in a healing meditation type. You certainly can meditate with the one on top also. Meditate with both, but healing is more the focus of the bottom right. Okay? So same lyrics, just different tune, different rhythm. Okay? And those are in the show notes. And also it's on, you can watch it free on YouTube. You have a music video with it. But also if you want to stream it, you can do that. And I have all those links in the show notes. Okay? So thank you for supporting this wonderful ministry. I love writing the songs. And I write all the songs, all the lyrics. And we use Songer AI, the company that has the AI for the vocals and for the instruments, the musical part. Thank you for that. And the Light of Magdala project, our world project. This is going to be one song, 1 billion hearts connected, helping us to create planet Aloha. Okay, so let me just bring up a promo for this. It's just a minute and 15 seconds, so just take a listen. Wonderful. So the Light of Magdala World Project. So the way that you can be a part of this, the calls to action, is just simply listen to the song, share the song, and then you can meditate with the song. And if you like, you can attune to the beautiful colors of the Light of Magdala. Remember the Light of Magdala? It is a pink color, but that is derived from the white light of the Christ mixing with the fuchsia or magenta color of the Magdala. And when those come together, we have this beautiful rose pink or pink rose light. And you can use that once you attune to the energy, which I have that in the show notes, the link to that. And also you can watch the show, Light of Magdala, when we did the World Project, and go through the attunement with us. Okay, very simple. Just want to be in the heart with it. And then that way you can use it for self-healing and also for planetary healing. So those are the calls to action. So just share, just listen. We want to reach 1 billion people. So one song, 1 billion hearts, one planet Aloha. And then if you want to carry it past that, it's really a galactic project also. We want to reach 1 trillion hearts in the galaxy. So same thing, one song, 1 trillion hearts, one galaxy Aloha. Okay? So that's our world project with Mary Magdala. Okay? And then Simon Parks, Connecting Consciousness. This is one of the organizations we belong to. They are responsible for directing some of the funds that will be available for our humanitarian projects. As President Trump talks about America and the world entering this beautiful golden age. Well, this golden age is going to be filled with these beautiful humanitarian projects. So make sure you know how you want to serve and how are you currently serving. are you using and working your earth superpowers? And so we have a bid in with Connecting Consciousness to have a humanitarian and medbed center here in the Greensboro area, Northwest Guilford County area. So stay tuned for all that, and we're just waiting for the call. Okay, so humanitarian projects, Connecting Consciousness. This is free to join. We're in over 100 countries and have over 100,000 members. So it's free, always has been free. So I've got the links in the show notes. So check out Simon and his wife Becky and what they're doing. Okay. And then SHAC. Remember our SHAC principles, right? Remember our smiles, our hugs, our acts of kindness, compliments, and kisses. We want to do this every day, several times a day. Not only do we want to do this and share this with others, you want to allow others to share this with you. And also you make sure you share this with yourself, to honor yourself as your divine spark of who you are. Okay? So SHAC principles. Okay? All right, so let's get to our topic today then. So on July 12th, 2026, freedom in the mind, body, and spirit, and wholeness. Okay? Wonderful topic about freedom. So our objectives for the day then are to define wholeness and then to discuss the freedom of mind, body, spirit, and wholeness. Okay? And remember, we are a live chat, so if you have anything to say, you want to pipe in, certainly feel free to do that, and that would be great, and then we can have a discussion going. Right? So let's pull up our next slide about defining wholeness. So the very first objective then to define wholeness. Well, let me play you a video. It's just 2 minutes, and it kind of gives us a sense of what this wholeness thing is, and in reference to the diamond. Wonderful. Okay, so define wholeness, a wonderful video to help to do that, to prime the pump. So let's go over some aspects or definitions of what wholeness is from a shamanic or multi-dimensional aspect. Okay, let me make this larger for you so you can see it, especially if you're on your phone. Take my picture out of this. Okay, so define wholeness. Now you see the diamond on the right. That would be a wonderful image to help to galvanize this into your mind, body, and spirit, to know that we're all living in this metaphorical diamond. We're living on these wonderful facets of expressions, and we do this forever. So when we talk about the one soul, that's what we're talking about, soul. You know, soul is really derived from a Greek word, and it kind of means it's talking about the sea, the ocean. So when we think about soul, let me ask you to think about this being just a singular word, and that one word contains everyone, everything, everywhere for all of time. So when we think about who we are, we can certainly say that we are each individual spirits from this one soul. And then we go through our lifetimes, many lifetimes, doing the things that we do. So we all belong or part of or are this one soul. And of course, this one soul, God is that soul too, because remember, we're God, we are God, and God is us. So we are here living on one particular facet at a time. And usually those are the folks that are in your soul group. So that's why these same people show up over and over through many, many lifetimes, and they wear many, many, many masks and have many, many different tasks, right? That could be your mother, father, your spouse, cousin, brother, sister, friend, best friends. Regardless of where you go, you meet them. You somehow you make contact. And so these are the folks that are in a soul group. So think about all the wonderful friends and family you have now. Well, you've been traveling through the cosmos many, many lifetimes with those individuals, and you're learning from one another because that's what we do. Okay? And we do this forever. So this is the diamond soul, if you want to use a metaphor for that. Okay? So the first one then, we are one. Okay? Wholeness is the truth that all life is a single, indivisible whole, just like the diamond. Every being, thought, and experience is a facet of the same radiant diamond. Okay, and that's our metaphor for wholeness. This diamond. We're all in this diamond. We always have been, we are now, and we will be forever. And we simply just exchange experiences. So just think all the challenges, all the experiences, all the celebrations that we have each and every day, each and every lifetime, they are all cataloged into the facet that you're currently occupying. And of course, these move into all the other facets, just like the blood in your body moves to every cell in your body. So all this is connected, and we're all learning from one another on some type of level. Either it's a 3D level or a multidimensional level, or we're learning from a mind, body, spirit level, but we are all connected, and we are all within this diamond of wholeness. If you can grasp this concept of who we are, where we came from, where we are now, where we're going, you will find your life changing as you begin to see life in this beautiful totality of wholeness, this oneness. Remember, oneness is a good word too. It's just that wholeness kind of encapsulates oneness. Okay, oneness often refers to the mental aspect of who we are, having that one mind, that one cosmic mind of oneness. And also when we think about wholeness, that encompasses everything, mind, body, and spirit. Okay? All right, so that's we are one. Now for the next aspect or next definition of wholeness, in the middle, the bullet point, one diamond and many facets. So each of us is a unique facet, okay? A unique expression, reflecting our own understanding, feelings, and experiences. All facets are of the whole diamond. Yeah. So everything you learn, everything you experience, everything you celebrate, everything you love, everything you may dislike, they are all cataloged within this beautiful, radiant, multifaceted diamond. So this is where the Akashic records are. That's how we can access the Akashic records. Well, how can we do that? Because where does that, it's not like the Akashic records is on some server farm somewhere in some distant planet or some space or dimension. It's right here within our heart. That's the connection to all that. And all this exists and lives within this beautiful diamond of wholeness. So one diamond, but many facets. Now, if we break that down into more of an individual sense in reference to the diamond metaphor, just think if we think of this diamond as your body, just for an example, to help us to understand this concept of wholeness. Your body has all these different cells, right? Up to 10 trillion cells at a minimum. Some say 30 trillion cells. Well, each one of those cells is a facet of this wonderful diamond of who you are. So think of that in that way. Notice how all your cells are connected. They're all connected by the nerves, cells connected to the cells next to them. They continue to expand. The blood connects to everything. The air, the oxygen flows to all the cells. So everything is connected. Everything is affected by each and every other cell because everything works together for this wholeness of body, this physical body. Now, just expand that out to more of a cosmic, a forever, eternal type level, infinite level. And that would be our diamond of wholeness because that's who we are. Okay, we're just living on that one facet at this particular time. Okay, And also think about just, you could break that down even into your mental realm. Just think every thought is a different facet of your individual diamond, right? Or every feeling, right? Every action, every movement is just another individual facet of the whole diamond. And that will give you a nice analogy to help you to understand on a cosmic level, an infinite level of this beautiful concept of wholeness. Okay? Because that's who we are. Remember, that's where we are now. That's where we have been. That's where we're going to be. There's no other place to be except right here in the now. Okay? Now, the third bullet for defining wholeness is God within the whole. Our concept of God or goddess is woven into this wholeness. God is of it too. Okay? We live it forever in many forms, places, and bodies of consciousness, physical and spiritual. Remember, God is us and we are God. Okay? It's always been that way. It will continue to be this way, and it will be this way forever, because we all live in this beautiful diamond wholeness. So that's our definition of wholeness from a shamanic and from a multi-dimensional aspect. And thank you to my Pleiadian angels for teaching me these concepts back in 2014. And so when I released the song this past Monday about the angels of the Pleiades, it really was a very personal experience for me, as they helped me during my healing time, awareness time, and to help to evolve and raise my personal consciousness to understand the multi-dimensional nature of life, not only where we've been, where we are, and where we will be. So make sure you make contact with your own cosmic guides. Okay? All right, so that's the definition of wholeness. So that's objective number one. All right, let's move to objective number two. And part of that is the freedom of the mind in reference to wholeness. So when we think about our mind, then how are we free in our mind? Remember, we want to be free. If we're not free, it's very difficult to do things. We find life is very challenging if we feel that we are not free in some way to be who we are, to do what we want to do, to love what we're doing, and to do what we love. When freedom is taken away from us, it's not. We actually allow it to be. We just have to change our perspective, change the way we live, change the way we act, think, feel, see, hear, and know. Okay? So we want to be free in who we are, because that's your gift. You are created by God. You are God. So be free. Okay? So free to think, the first bullet point. A whole mind is free to think as it wishes, knowing every thought is one facet, the same diamond of shared understanding. So as we mentioned earlier, then, everything that you think, feel, everything you do, it's all cataloged within this one diamond of wholeness. It's shared with everyone, everything, everywhere. So be free to think what you want to think. And remember, when things come down to two categories, if we want to do this, what we would say is this division in 3D about good and evil, this dual nature of life. And if you want to say you have bad thoughts or loving thoughts or non-loving thoughts, really it may come down to two aspects if you want to divide that, and that's being loving to self or loving to others. So it's self-love or loving others. And of course, we want to make sure that we're on the aspect of loving others, okay? Because that's who we are. That's our service to humanity and to Mother Earth. Okay? Now, of course, you have to love yourself a little bit. You have to keep yourself clean. You have to feed yourself, clothe yourself, right? You have to teach yourself. You have to grow and evolve. So you have to love yourself in that aspect. We just don't want to spend all your time just simply doing things for you, to help you to be advantaged, to receive anything and everything. Everything you want, everything. And it doesn't matter if anybody else gets it, you want things. Well, that kind of lifestyle is very empty. And it certainly shows up from the karmic aspect. Because remember, you receive what you give out. Okay? So you're free to think, but just remember there's challenges and consequences and celebrations with all that, with every thought we have. So be free to think, but think in a loving way. Let me invite you to do that, encourage you. Okay, bullet number 2. In reference to freedom of the mind. One mind, many facets. So your unique purpose or your unique perspectives enriches the whole. Yes, just like the blood and the air going through every cell of your body. Right? Our thoughts differ, yet each reflects the one awareness we are together. Yes, so make sure you understand that we are in this together. We always have been, we are, and we will be forever. Okay, we are in this together. We're all in the same ship. If that same ship was a diamond, a metaphorical diamond, we're all in that same ship. So everything we do reflects and affects everyone, everything, and everywhere. And the third bullet then, thinking as wholeness. Remembering we are one frees the mind to choose clarity, unity, and love within the whole diamond of God eternity. Okay? So make sure we choose the clarity, choose the unity, choose the love, choose to be loving. Okay? Choose to be loved. Allow yourself to be loved. So think in terms of wholeness. Remember, no man is an island. Right? Remember our English poet Donne back in I think 1600s, right? So no man is an island. We're not here by ourselves. We're affected, and we affect everyone, everything, everywhere. So freedom of the mind and wholeness. Wonderful. So free to think, one mind, many facets, and thinking as wholeness, because we are. All right, now let's look at freedom of the body in reference to wholeness. Okay? So we're free to do. Yes, you can do anything you want to do with anyone. But remember, there are consequences and celebrations to everything we do. And everything we do is loving, because in some way love will help teach us a lesson. But you want to make sure that you realize the things you do, that there'll be some sort of karmic perspective related to that. And, karma is not a bad thing. Karma just means it's just a returning of the energy. And remember, you're the one that started that. So it's not like someone's trying to punish you, and people think karma is not good. Karma is also a good thing, right? Good karma. The good things you do, that gets reflected back to you. Okay. The non-loving things you do, that gets reflected back to you. Okay. So you're free to do whatever you want to do with anyone. Just understand that you're creating this wave of energy to be returned to you in some way to help you to learn to be more loving, especially in reference to service to others. Okay? So a whole body is free to move and act as one wishes, an individual facet expressing the one life that flows through all. So choose to do your dance, however you dance, however you move. Choose to do that freely, because that's you. And if you aren't moving in your own special, unique way, then the rest of us in this wholeness, we lose out on this wonderful facet of who our wonderful God and Creator is, and the wholeness thereof. So be free in your body, move, dress, do what you want to do. Express that one individual facet, because the rest of us need your puzzle piece. Okay? All right, second bullet. One body, many facets. Yeah, each body is a distinct facet of the same living diamond. Honoring yours honors the wholeness we all share. So honor who you are. Honor the way you move, the way you walk, the way you talk, okay? The way you hug, the way you kiss. Honor everything about you, because you truly are special, as you are an individual facet or unique expression of our one infinite Creator and this wholeness, this diamond of life. So make sure you honor that. Honor who you are. Okay? And living is wholeness. Okay? So releasing shame and limitation lets the life force flow freely. The body radiating health, vitality, and love as God is being expressed through you. We want to make sure that any of these terms or any of these feelings or these thoughts about shame or guilt or any sort of limitation, we want to release that and know that you're abundant and prosperous in mind, body, and spirit in your freedom. Okay, so live life that way. Change your life so that you're able to live life this way. It doesn't cost anything to change your mind, to change the way you think, change the way you talk, change the way you act and move. Okay? So that is simply all within you. So make the changes necessary to be free in body in relation to this beautiful wholeness of this diamond. Okay? So free to do, one body, many facets, and living as wholeness for freedom of the body. Okay, freedom of the spirit and dealing with wholeness. Free to be. Yes, a whole spirit is free to be fully itself, an individual facet resting within the one diamond of all consciousness. Remember, our spirit is free. It's just that sometimes we want to landlock our spirit, so to speak. Can you imagine a hot air balloon, and imagine all these challenges you have in life, and it's like a hot air balloon. The thing that keeps it grounded is, of course, it's got lines, it's got sandbags on the end of it, and they're thrown onto the earth to keep the balloon grounded to the earth, to be tethered. And sometimes when we ground our spirit, it keeps our spirit tethered, and our spirit is not able to fly around to be free, to remember, because it knows it doesn't have to remember. It knows it is of the wholeness. And it helps to remind us of this as it inspires us to be free in the way we are, the way we think, and the way we move. So allow our spirit to be free. So make sure we're not tethering our spirit with some sort of grounded, what we think to be non-loving or what we think to be negative. Of course, remember, these are just 3D words. Remember, energy is just energy. So it depends how we use it and how we relate to it, and how we connect with it. Okay? So make sure you stay open and you stay loving, so that you're able to be free, and as far as your spirit goes, because it's already free. So if you're trying to dampen your spirit in any way, that takes a lot of energy. And I would invite you to change the way you react to all this. Okay? And act also. All right, second bullet then. One spirit, many facets. Separation is illusion, because remember, we're all connected all the time. Every spirit is the same light seen through a different facet. Forever one, forever whole. Yes, depending on how the light is reflected or refracted off a facet, that's you, that's your spirit. So when your spirit leaves the wholeness, it really doesn't leave it. That's why we think we leave and we go to other places. Remember, all lives are happening within this beautiful diamond soul of who we are. It's even living in, if you can imagine shining a light onto a diamond, and that diamond's light would be reflected onto a wall. Remember, that's part of the wholeness too. And sometimes we may choose to live on those little glints or those little sparks of light reflecting off the diamond, because that's still part of the diamond. It's its energy. So you could live there for a few million years if you like, just to try that, but you're still connected to the metaphorical soul diamond. Okay? So one spirit and many facets. And remember, this is forever. And then the third bullet, eternal wholeness. Our spirit and our God are of this wholeness. Remember, we are God and God is us, living on forever in many forms, places, and bodies of consciousness, physical and spiritual. Remember, we live forever. So if I could ask you and urge you to take away this freedom of thinking about death as some sort of terminal point at any time in our life, let me ask you to just remove that. Don't be afraid of death. Okay, celebrate life. Change your focus. Change your willingness to engage in life. Live fully with every breath, every heartbeat, being the magnificent and wonderful person you are. Because if you're not expressing your unique expressions of the wholeness of our one infinite creator, then the rest of us are missing out again on this beautiful puzzle piece of life. We have a missing piece. So we want to make sure your piece is in place, so that we understand God, wholeness, and love through your eyes, through your experiences. And that's what we do as a group. And we've come here, all of us, obviously we're on this one particular facet of this wholeness, and we're here sharing Earth at this time. There's all 8 billion, if there are actually 8 billion of us. So who knows with that. Okay? All right, so freedom of the spirit. So free to be, one spirit, many facets, and eternal wholeness. Okay? All right, so let's do a review of that. So when we think about freedom in the mind, body, spirit, and the wholeness, our review is: from the mind, free to think as you wish, knowing each thought is one facet of the one diamond we share. Okay? So one infinite diamond. Okay? And from the body, free to do as you wish. Remember, there are challenges and consequences and celebrations from everything we do. Honoring our body as a living facet of the same wholeness, because we're all part of this same diamond wholeness. Okay? And from the spirit standpoint, free to be fully yourself, an eternal facet, resting within the oneness, the wholeness of God and us. Okay? So at the bottom, one diamond, many facets. Okay? And again, change that to help understand that concept. Think about your individual body, right? You have 10 to 30 trillion cells. Each of those is metaphorically a facet on your personal diamond of wholeness. Okay? Yet it is one you. Okay? If you take the DNA from your little toe pinky and you match it up with the brain DNA, you are going to be in there some way, somehow. Okay? So know that all the parts are connected. Yeah. We are each a free individual within the wholeness. Okay. So not only are you free, nobody had to tell you you're free. You just know this within your heart. You're free to think, you're free to love, you're free to act. So be free and act like you're free. Okay. Act like you're free, look like you're free, and then be free. We're all within this wholeness. So one and whole forever. We're all one. We are whole. God is whole. We are God, which is whole. Remember, we are God and God is us. So during this month of independence, this month of freedom that we're engaged in to match our 250th year as a beautiful country, or beautiful experiment. Remember, this is the month of freedom. So engage your mind, body, and spirit. And knowing that you are free. So look like you're free, act like you're free, and be free in mind, body, and spirit, because that's who we are. Okay, good. All right, so wonderful with that. And let me check the chats, make sure we got any chats up. Let's see. Yes, there we go. Hey, Cosmic Swimmer, thank you. Aloha back to you. Thanks for checking in. Wonderful. Thank you. And let me go back to our media assets. Good. Okay, so freedom of mind, body, and spirit, wholeness in review. So again, another version, another podcast to connect our freedom, mindedness, our independence as persons, individual facets or unique expressions of our one infinite creator, and to focus on that during this month to help us to realize our wholeness. Okay, good. All right, so let's take some time now, get into our little meditation time, prayer time, or healing time, and we'll have a little tribute to Joan, our friend who made transition. Jeannie will do a little reading for you as she comes in. And so just go right to your Aloha bubble, and let me pull you up some music so we can get into that frame of mind. So just relaxed. Enjoy who you are, where you are right now. Remember, nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Music. And as you focus on your Aloha bubble, focusing on your chakras, think about that red root chakra, base of the spine. And then the orange navel chakra, the yellow solar plexus chakra, the green heart chakra, the light blue throat chakra, the indigo blue, deep blue, medium blue, third eye or brow chakra, forehead chakra. And then the top of the head, the crown chakra, beautiful purple, violet, lots of white. And then as you see in the image, you see that light tube connecting all the 7 chakras. And remember, just as a note, train your body, your energy field to be totally energized, receiving and giving out energy just simply by just saying chakras. So train your body to do that. Okay? And that way you can quickly just visualize the chakra and you know they're energized. So train your body, your energy field to do this, and it will do this for you. Now see the light tube connecting all 7 chakras. And soon this light tube begins to fill with these beautiful colors. That light tube turning into a wonderful rainbow color of light. And now it begins to exude from this tube and begins to fill the space around you. So that eventually this beautiful bubble of light is around you, this beautiful Aloha bubble. And then that tube of light, it begins to expand up and down. So you see in the image how the light tube goes up to the top of the Aloha bubble, and to the bottom, it goes down to the bottom of the bubble, filling your entire Aloha bubble with a myriad of rainbow colors, flowing and waving in rhythm and vibration. So about 1 hand length above the head, 1 hand length below the body, And if you stretch your arms out, it'll be to the edge of the fingertips. Your aloha bubble. Just take a few deep breaths. Know that you're calm, you're healed, you're loved, and you're well. So be calm, be healed, be loved, and be well. Now here's a beautiful picture of Joan. And she was a beautiful person, a beautiful soul. So I'm going to let Jeannie wants to read something to you as we created this beautiful image on using my AI partner. This is what the AI partner made for us. As I gave it all the parameters of who Joan is in her mind and heart. Again, she is a charter member with us from 2002. So this is something Jeannie would like to read.
So the following is a tribute to our friend Joan Sheridan. Joni was one of those rare people whose presence quietly made life better for everyone around her. The qualities described over the years all came together in this memorial. A charter member of EarthStar, Reiki master and teacher, Tai Chi practitioner, full circle participant, lover of Maui and the ocean, a compassionate hospice volunteer, and above all, a woman remembered for her kindness. This final composition that you see doesn't focus on loss. It celebrates the fullness of her life. The ocean, the sea turtle, the snorkeling, the mountains, the Cherokee medicine wheel, the candle, the dog, and that warm smile all tell her story without needing many words. Many who knew Joan will recognize pieces of her life woven throughout the collage. Her sons will appreciate seeing not simply a photograph, but a visual story of who their mother was to so many people. Joan walked gently upon the earth. She healed with her hands, taught with her heart, and loved without condition. Though her journey continues beyond our sight, the kindness she planted continues to bloom in every life she touched. May we honor her by carrying that light forward. Aloha, dear friend, and much gratitude for the trail of goodness and memories you leave with us.
Thank you, love. Wonderful tribute to Joan, our dear friend. Joan is a Gemini, so my goodness, you know how you Geminis are. The woman, she had a nickname. We called her a dolphin woman because when we go to Maui, this woman is in the ocean. She is out there snorkeling, yards, hundreds of yards from shore. She is definitely part dolphin. So many blessings to you, Joan. Good. And let me just give you a slide, get you ready. So if you will, just go into meditation and healing and prayer time. Think about your freedom of mind, body, and spirit in reference to the wholeness of who we are. Okay? And allow this time to not only think about that freedom, but find ways that you understand the way you're free now and how you can improve upon this beautiful freedom and being in wholeness in mind, body, and spirit. And if you'd like to give some energy to Joan, send energy to Joan and her family, then feel free to do that also. All right, so here we go. And now just take a deep breath, appreciating the space where you are right now, this time of wholeness, this time of blessing. Thank you for the energy you shared with Joan on her journey. And Joni, we love you. I'm sure we loved you many, many lifetimes ago, and we will many, many lifetimes in the future. So thank you for being part of our life. And we thank you and we honor you. Wonderful being here and sharing the earth plane with you. So good journeys, and I know you'll contact us soon, and we can have a nice little chat. Okay, good. All right, so think about this time then, and use this time in a prayer time. Let me pull my Merkaba energy out. Remember, our Merkaba is pure love. It comes from the heart. So when we see these little glints, we know this is sharing this beautiful heart. And we call upon and we ask our Mother, Father, God, and we thank our Mother, Father, God, for the creation of this wholeness and providing all these beautiful opportunities for us to be co-creators and unique expressions of love and light. And we thank you for the aloha that moves in all things, especially it moves in our own mind, body, and spirit, thought, word, and deed, with everyone, everything, everywhere, and every time, place, and space. And with all our endeavors here at Home, Work, and Play, and with all of our personal ministries of shamanism, aloha consciousness, from planetary awareness to galactic consciousness. We thank you for all these wonderful times, these challenges, these celebrations. We thank you for the mind, body, spirit aspect, dimensional aspects of who we are. Oh, great and wonderful, loving Mother, Father, God. And we ask these blessings to be upon everyone who hears this broadcast, either now or in the future or some other time. And also as it spreads out and radiates out throughout all the entire planet, this beautiful aloha consciousness. That being that we are all one, we are all whole. So thank you for being here and being part of that. Thank you for sharing your love and light with us today, and the love of the Merkaba, pure love. So thank you for that. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for being here and celebrating Joan, beautiful spirit on this planet, beautiful Gemini spirit. And we will see you next week with Nicole. So make sure you join us then. Let me give us one more slide. We have our POW slide, right? Okay, so on 3, we'll clap our hands and shout POW. It means all over in Hawaiian. Ready? 1, 2, 3. POW. Okay. Outstanding. So aloha and wonderful. And until we meet again. So thank you for being here. Jeannie and I love you. And remember to see, hear, and feel the love in every moment so that you can be the love in every moment. Remember, we're all living in this wholeness, this one metaphorical, true, real diamond of life. So know that. So be free. So look like you're free, act like you're free, and be free in mind, body, and spirit, because you are a unique expression of our one infinite Mother, Father, God. All right. Aloha. We love you.